Hello everyone, this is Haley with the Module 13 Reflection, and as I was going through this about just copyright rules and stuff, I thought it was very interesting because I've always had teachers stress, make sure you cite the source right, cite this, because if so you are copywriting, and I've never felt like if you're not copying word by word, you're really not copying anything, but in their eyes, if you don't copy it right just perfectly, it is copywriting, and I feel like if that was me that had published something and somebody copyrighted it wrong, I'd probably be angry too, but I guess I see it a little differently. But with our first question, after reviewing the copyright and fair use websites, which areas surprised you the most as breaking copyright laws or not meeting the fair use criteria? I think breaking copyright rules was the most surprising to me, as it is so easy to copyright something. And like I said, if you don't source it right, then you're definitely copywriting. And I thought it was kind of crazy how expensive that fee and fine could be if caught and you publish it a certain way. For our second question, what examples have you experienced where educators have broken copyright laws or fair use policies? I guess not many people really pay attention closely to it. I think copywriting a YouTube video down without citing a source is what most teachers probably do, and it's very easily to do. I don't see it as a big deal as many that probably have published do think it's kind of their video, so it is probably meaning to them. But how often do kids really pay attention to if a source is cited correctly? And also, if you're in a kindergarten through 5th grade class, most likely a student is not going to see if it's cited correctly or if it's that really important to them. And for our third question, how did you score on the fair use quiz from the csus.edu site? And what questions surprised you? I didn't score as good as I thought I would have. I scored a 61. The questions that got me were, is this a fair act? And it kind of stopped me up and kind of tricked me on some of them. Some of the questions I found kind of particularly weird. A teacher creates his own grading program for use with his students. He transfers to another school and forgets to delete the program from the network. Everyone at his old school copies and uses the program. He sues the school and wins. He is likely to receive a significant monetary reward. Which personally, in my mind, how is it their fault? They were using their resources and what he had left behind, and I think it's good to learn from different teachers and just pick up different things. So I think if it was that important to him and he wanted to keep it a secret, I think he should have erased it, but it's a different way that he could collect money on that. Another question I had found that I thought was weird, I think this was a weird one because he's, when somebody had which personally in mind, how is it their fault when they've cited their source? But I think this is a weird one because he cited his source, a student finding a photo online dramatizing a pre-Cuban Viking landing in America. Since the school symbol is a Viking, he uses this photo as a graphic element on the school's website page, giving credit to the site from which it was copied. This is a fair use. I think it was just weird because he did cite it, and I think it should have been fair. I think this should not be true, as I feel like if several people are going to be using the same program, this one should be bought multiple times. It was the question, a school can only afford one copy of KidPix. It loads this one onto the library computer, and all students in all classes have access to it all day. The teachers copy and install KidPix players on their classroom computers to evaluate the students' work. This is permissible, and I found it very weird that that one was true because I feel like it should be bought, like I said, multiple times for multiple people to use it, because I don't think just buying it one time is kind of fair. Kind of like when somebody buys Microsoft, there is a certain amount of times that it can be used, because if not, it would just be spread so many times. And that is my thought and opinion on Module 13 Reflection.